The woman is just about to start work. The lobby manager brings her a uniform. She complains that someone called for her. She puts on makeup and dresses up to meet that person. She even mocks Emily for actually getting a helicopter rescue. It's clearly out of jealousy toward Emily. Emily still treats her with respect as a superior, but the manager curses at Emily, telling her not to think she's better than everyone else. Just then, the current manager walks over. She immediately claims she was teaching Emily proper etiquette. The manager says Emily has been named Employee of the Year for 2 consecutive years. Everyone at this hotel advances based on merit. The manager then warns her to stop harassing her coworkers. The manager directly scolds the lobby manager and walks away. Not long after, Emily changes into her uniform and applies her makeup. She goes to the executive director's office. The executive director says that to boost the hotel's reputation, he requires Emily to participate in a press conference. In reality, it was Thomas who sent the helicopter to rescue her, but the credit sheet lists the executive director's name. Emily finds it hard to accept this arrangement, but she thinks about how the hotel did save her, and she can't let Thomas's contribution go unrecognized, so she agrees to the executive director's arrangement. She secretly comes up with her own plan. Soon after, the press conference begins. Thomas doesn't see Emily. A colleague tells him Emily is attending the press conference. Thomas decides to go watch in person. This press conference concerns the hotel's reputation, and it can enhance the executive director's personal image. A reporter asks about the details of the helicopter rescue. The executive director first says the hotel treats employees like family. Then he takes all the credit for himself. Emily doesn't expose her publicly, but she sees through the executive director's true intentions. It's Emily's turn to answer questions. A reporter asks how she felt when she was stranded in the mountains. Her answer is absolutely perfect. She skillfully manages the relationships between the hotel, the executive director, and headquarters. Thomas nods slightly. Then he turns and walks away from the scene. He doesn't care that his sister took his credit. What he truly cares about is everything involving Emily. Back at the office, his secretary notifies him of an immediate meeting. The topic is how to get an Arab prince to stay at the hotel. But no matter how important the secretary says it is, Thomas says he only cares about what he wants to care about. He has no interest in matters of fame and fortune. The secretary says even if it's not about fame and fortune, you still need to build power to protect the people you want to protect. This statement strikes a chord with Thomas. He decides to increase his power and influence to protect Emily. Meanwhile, the executive director also receives the same meeting notice. The secretary tells him the Arab prince has already been signed by a competitor. The executive director chooses to give up right away. At the executive meeting, the chairman demands that they compete to win over this prince. The executive director seizes the opportunity to push the task onto Thomas. Seeing that Thomas doesn't respond, the chairman reminds him that if he can't do it, he can ask his sister for help. Thomas immediately agrees. Not long after, Thomas successfully invites the Arab prince. The chairman can't stop laughing when he hears the news. He praises Thomas in front of his sister, saying he really does have a way. But his sister expresses doubt. Thomas explains the entire process. It turns out that after the meeting ended, he immediately contacted the Arab prince. The two had been college classmates in America. Smart Thomas used a clever approach and easily persuaded him.